Hey devs, welcome back to another part in this web browser tutorial series. Okay, let's get straight into it. So I said in the last part we were going to do our bookmark bar, and we are. So first of all, what we want to do is we want to come up to our row definitions right at the top of the page, just under base grid, and we want to first add a row definition. Give it a height of 40 and then just close it off. And just for reference, I'm going to put a comment here that's going to be bookmark. Let's put bookmark, it's fine. Bookmark tabs. Okay, so next what we want to do is we want to come down to the tab control. Currently it's sitting in row 2. We want to move that down to row 3. As you can see now, that is now in there, and we've got this gap here for our bookmark bar. And we want to come down here and change this to row 4, and that's just moved that down into the 4th compartment. So what we want to do now is, first of all, in this section here, which we'll put here, we want to add a scroll bar. No, we don't want to add a scroll view. There's a few things I want to add to this. So we've got scroll bar visibility, vertical scroll bar visibility, we want that hidden, and horizontal scroll bar visibility, we'll also hide that. Horizontal scroll bar mode, enable, we'll just put that to auto. Vertical scroll bar mode, we'll set that to disabled because we're not going to be going up and down. So inside here we want to add a stack panel. We're going to set the orientation to horizontal, and we'll close that off. But first let's come back up to this scroll view, because at the moment it's up here. So let's put this in grid row 0, 1, 2. That's going to put that into there for us. Excellent. Before we can instantiate a button, we actually want to get the look and feel of it, so we want to create it within here first. So I'm going to create a button. I'm going to give it a width of 160, a height of 28, margin 10, 0, 0, 0. Let's just see how that's looking. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. You know what I'm like with backgrounds. I'm not really fond of them, so I'm just going to make this background transparent by setting it to null. But I'm going to give it a border. I'm going to do that with the colours. Let's add a thickness of 1 and a border brush. Let's just grab that colour, and then we can just move it around. That looks about right. Okay, so in here let's add a grid. Grid.row, grid.column definitions, column definition, This top one, we will give it a width of 28. Let's just come up to our button and give it a padding of 0. And we want to set the width to 160, height to 28, like so. So now that's got a grid within it. So let's add a image. We'll give this a source. Let's add a text box. Text, just for reference, we'll just add it eBay, so we can see where it is. Grid dot column 0, grid dot column 1. For a reference for this, I'm just going to copy in a favicon, an online one. As you can see, it adds it there. Let's set this uniform. Yeah, actually that's fine. We'll just give this a width of 16 and a height of 16. Horizontal alignment center and vertical alignment center. So that's going to put that into the center of there. The text, let's give this a vertical alignment center, horizontal alignment left, and let's give it a margin of 10, 0, 0, 0. And that looks about alright. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. Looks quite like a bar. So let's just multiply this. I've actually got some pre-done that I'm just going to copy. The colour might not be completely the same, but it should be around about the same. Right, so let's paste this into here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's replace that button. There we go. And I've just added a load of them across there just so I can see if the scroll works okay. I mean, it's not perfect. I know that you usually have like a little drop down that you do, but you can just use the mouse button and scroll through, which, you know, that's pretty decent, I think. Looks alright. They won't work yet because they're not actually real. They're just what I've added into it. But yeah, I think that looks pretty decent actually. I'm quite impressed with that. Looks nice. Yeah. So that is it for this part. Another quick one. I think these quick ones are a little bit better because it kind of gives them in bite sizes. You're not too much to take in, but we'll do it a step at a time. In the next part, we are going to actually make these into controls so we can generate them. We're also going to hide this, so we need to make it appear by the button by adding underneath the settings menu. We can just click show or hide. So basically toggle the bookmarks, and we're going to actually, have these generated from our bookmarks that we've already got. I hope you enjoyed this part. If you did, give it a like. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comment section. And yeah, if you haven't already, give us a subscribe. And I'll see you in the next part. Cheers for watching. Goodbye.